Good morning. This is Imran al Haq with a new listening video, and today we are going to discuss a question from 25 to 30. This is a really very crucial part. You can see this is a part 3 where two speakers are there, and now we are going to do matching information. As you can see, there are some matching information. Today I would also recommend you that always practice with audio script, because audio script is the only tool which can enhance your listening skills. Okay, so now you can see here, first of all, what should we do? We underline the uh, reasons, and you can see they are alphabetically given. First of all, read out the question. What are the reasons? What are the reasons? Reasons means why. Okay, the recycling manager gave that for rejecting footwear. Okay, rejecting footwears according to the students. Now you have in your mind all these words. Okay, okay, what are the reason behind the rejection of footwear the recycling manager gives? So according to the students, because there are more than one speaker and they are students, now we can see that there are some options in a box. These options are more than the questions. Questions are 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the options are 6. You can see. Okay, so now what should we do? First of all, we read out and keep in mind their synonyms or alternatives. One shoe was missing because this is the keyword. Okay, the clue word. The color of one shoe had faded. Now this thing, one shoe had hole in it. Okay, and shoes were brand new. Shoe were boot too dirty. The stitching on the shoes was broken. Okay, now the stitching, okay, broken. Now when you underline all these things, try to keep in mind their synonyms, meanings, or the same sense which the speaker uses. Okay, it would be helpful for you to find out the answers. Okay, now we go for the questions. Footwears, the high heeled shoes, they are in sequence, but the options not in sequence. They are alphabetically in order. Okay, the high heeled shoes, the ankle boot, the baby shoes, and the trainers, these are the footwears. Okay, we'll go for the audio script. First of all, we read it out. First of all, you can see high heeled shoes. Okay, we read it out. Okay, see this. So let's find some examples of the article of footwear that was rejected. Okay, rejected cycling, as they have given the introduction of those shoes which are rejected by the manager. Okay, the speaker is explaining here. Okay, I think there are some in the interview with the recycling manager. Here it is. Let's start with the ladies high heeled shoes. Now they will definitely start with the ladies high heeled shoes. Now you can say this is the 25th question because the questions are in order. Ladies high heeled shoes. Now we read about what did he say about those. It means what did the manager said about these shoes. Remember, he said that they were probably expensive. Okay, high heeled shoes are expensive. The material was sweet and they were beige in color. They are beige in color. Their color is beige. Okay, they are in sweet, that kind of a material. Okay, it looked like someone had worn them once. It seems that a person had worn them only for one time, but in very wet field. Now you can say wet field. And the heels were too stained. The heels were had dirty spot, stained spots. Okay, some dirty patches are there on the heels with the mud. There is mud also, gross to resell them. Now you can see there are stained mud also. Okay, stained mud also and wet field also. All these three words tells you the answer. So we are going toward the reasons or the options. One shoe was missing. Now there is nowhere mention. Okay, the color of the one shoe had faded. The color is even though mentioned. You can see the color is mentioned. You can see the color is beige. Okay, color is beige, but not mentioned whether it faded or no. So the next thing, one shoe had hole in it, we didn't read it. The shoe was brand new, no, not at all. The shoes were too dirty. Yes, you can say the shoes were too dirty. Dirty. Now, if I ask you, this is the E option, the shoe was dirty. There was wet field, heels were too stained, okay, some bad patches were there with mud was also there. Now you can see all these words are matching with the shoes were dirty. It means the option is E. We will write down the option, this one, option, alphabet option, not the statement. Okay, so the next thing, the ankle boots. Okay, now we read out the ankle boots also. See this ankle boot. Okay, then the leather ankle boots. Now the other speaker asks about the leather ankle boots. What was wrong with them? What was wrong with them? Apparently the heels were worn. Heels were worn, but that was not the problem. Okay, one of the shoes was a much lighter shade. Yes, there are two shoes, okay, a pair of shoes, and one of them has a lighter shade than the other. Okay, one color of the one shoe was different than the other. It had previously been left in the sun. Because it left in the sun, it remained in the sun, resultantly its color faded. So it means one of the shoes color faded. Now we'll see here. Okay, see here, the color of the one shoe had faded. Why? Because it had remained in the sun. So the option is B. We'll write down the options. Okay, see how amazing this strategy is if you want to enhance your listening skills. Okay, moving on to the next, the baby shoes. Okay, now the baby shoes, we have already read these options. Okay, and we will go toward uh, audio script. Okay, second, moving on to the text. Oh, yes, we are told to tie shoes together. Okay, we are asked to tie them together. We put them in a recycling bin. We kept them in a bin. But oh yes, people often do not bother. People do not care whether they are put together, whether they are single. Okay, you would think it would have been easy to find the other. You would think that it would have been easy to find the other. Okay, but it was not. That was a shame because they were obviously. Now you can see, oh yes, we are told from here sure. Then there were the red baby shoes. Now he will talk about the red baby shoes. Oh yes, we are told to tie shoes together. Okay, we tied shoes together when we put them in the recycling bin, but when we kept them in the bin. But people often do not care. People do not care when they untie the shoes. Okay, they misplace it, they lose, okay, it. Okay, and this became the reason of losing one one shoe. Okay, people often do not bother. You would think it would have been easy to find the other, but it was not. Whether you think that it would have been easy to, I mean, search the other, but it was not easy. That was a shame because there were obviously new. Okay, now you can see, because shoe was missing, one shoe was missing, you see, because they tied it, but the people do not bother to keep them tied. Okay, so this is what he is doing. It means the A option is there. Okay, the shoe was brand new. No, not at all, not brand new. Shoe was dirty, it already did done. So the color, one shoe, it already finished, this one done. And the shoe too dirty. Now we have only one more to complete our this video, the trainers. Now there are the shoes named trainers. We read down the 28th. The trainers were interesting. These shoes were interesting. He said they looked like they had been worn by a marathon runner. Runners, those who run long races, are called marathon runners, and he had worn those shoes. Ye, were not they supplied? Were they not broken? Not exactly. One of the sole was so worn. One of the shoe was so worn under the foot, under the foot, that you could put your finger through it. that there is a hole, okay, under the foot, under the sole of the foot, that even you can put your finger into that hole, okay, into that hole, under the hole, the wall under the foot, you could put your finger through it. You can put your finger inside the shoes. Okay, now we'll check. Okay, now you see one shoe had a hole in it. You can put your finger inside it. Okay, so this is given in C option. So this is really an amazing. So I would recommend you that go for audio script. This is the only tool with which you can get success within a wink. See you in the next video. Take care.